If a man does not ask you out after texting, video chat, telephone calls, let him go. Some guys only like you for your feminine attention, and that's it. So let him go. Hit follow for more.
Men will actually ignore the girl they like to seem uninterested. Now she actually thinks you're uninterested. Congratulations, you're nonce. Now you've ended up in a subconscious game where we're not even talking, but somehow we're battling.
I come on this app and talk a lot about how there are no good guys left, but now that I've actually met a good guy, I'm scared out of my mind because like investing in that means that I'm giving someone the opportunity to hurt me again and the power to hurt me again, and that's really freaking scary, like based on past events. I just don't want to get hurt again. I feel like my heart couldn't take it.
You know what is both terrifying and revolting?
What? I can only imagine.
When a man says I'm pretty.
Right. Okay then. So, ladies, I'm sure some of you are wondering what exactly this is about. Well, I have seen lots of videos out there of women asking why men don't seem to want to take women out on dates, why they don't seem to be interested, and why they most certainly have really stopped approaching women in public at all. Well, you just saw one of the many reasons why. Because unfortunately, social media is virtually saturated with lots of women indicating how much they dislike men, they don't want them near them, and they don't even want what would be considered to be positive attention from any man in the form of a compliment, because those are apparently terrifying. And ladies, if you want men to start being interested again, you have to start acting like you don't despise them.
Once a man is able to tally up the cost of losing his house, losing my pension or my 401k, whatever it is, losing access to that, losing access to stuff that you don't even need to have your hands on. That's when a man says, you know what, maybe a relationship isn't really for me. Maybe I ought to back off and go a different direction. Oh, wait, you got to take the leap. I don't actually. I'm not.
Excuse me. That looks absolutely beautiful on you.
Thank you. Are you going to pay for it? Right.
Nah.
Okay. All right. I don't give a fuck.
Flight, check. Got on my bags, what's next? I'm on my way to Thailand. I'm on my way to Thailand. Passport, flex. I don't expect nothing less. I'm on my way to Thailand. I'm on my way to Thailand.
I raised my boys to be young men. My boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open the door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you're the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
Once upon a time in New York, you could walk past a group of guys, a couple of them will lock in on you, one of them will decide, oh no, I'm going for it. Start walking with you 10 blocks, talking to you, trying to get to know you, trying to get your phone number or your social media accounts. He would commit to the bit, like, no, I'm walking with you. Wherever you going, I'm going with you, because I want that number, I want that information. I'm trying to get with you, for real. Like, they would commit, they would yearn. You'll be walking down the street, a man see you in his car, he start following you in the car. And it wasn't even creepy. It was like low-key romantic because he really wanted to run down to you so bad. He was willing to take a detour from the way he was going to now go where you're going because he wanted to talk to you because you look that good. I don't know what happened. I don't know why the men in New York stopped doing these things. A man in New York used to talk to you while you was pregnant. He didn't even care if your baby had a dad. He didn't care. You look good. Don't care. I'll take care of that baby. Like, they used to be on that. I'm not sure what happened, but I miss the real New Yorkers. The real they used to really run down. It's not the same. It's so sad right now. Dating pool is full of piss and pride.
Modern women continue to screw themselves, really honestly and truly. I don't need a man. He don't got to buy me this. I buy this for my own self and all that other stuff. You're so loud. You're so boisterous with it. You're so bold, you're so confident with it that the man actually heard you. He really heard you. And when he starts responding to what he heard, all of a sudden it's, well, you didn't have to act like that and you didn't have to do that and I still need you for these things. But you screwed yourself by talking the way that you talk.
So you're not married?
Nope.
Ever been?
Nope.
Want to be?
No.
Don't you want a woman of your own?
What for?
Share your name, bear your children, be a companion.
They asked me to quit drinking, quit gambling, save my money, and about her aches and pains all day? No, thanks.
Must be a lonely life.
It's a great life.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Girls need to stop saying, where are the good guys at? As if they don't know already. I was just talking to a girl who said she met her dream man. He was good looking, made a lot of money. They had effortless, flowing conversation. When I said, when's the wedding? She said, oh, I broke it off because he's too nice. What? This girl has been complaining to me for 10 years that she can't find the right guy. And someone comes into her life and she's saying no because he's too nice. Unlike picking dinner, learn what you actually want and stick to it.
Dude, great work. Yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. His wife.
This man is that walking definition of that good man that says, I'll figure it out. He could have had no idea how he was going to do it, but he was going to get those babies out of the house. And I bet you anything, his wife just needed some rest and he was giving that to her. And when those babies fell asleep, he got like overly confident and was like, you know what? I'm gonna run some errands to the Home Depot. But him not having an appropriate stroller on hand was not going to stop him because he probably owns one, but I bet you anything it was left at home and he wasn't gonna go back home and disturb his wife. No, instead, this man, he problem solved, he persisted, and he figured it out. Just like most men, when they approach a problem, they will try this, they will try that, but they will persist even when those first two things fall through. Because he is the only one that is going to figure it out.
And a lot of these modern women, they'll sit up here and watch a man do the things that he's supposed to be doing, act like he's supposed to be acting, and take it for granted. Fumble him, straight up. Just fumbled. They try to make it seem like he's the problem. He's the one doing things that he, oh, he did this or he was this, this, and this. No, you're the problem. You have the issue, and it's time for you to start taking accountability for you fumbling a good man. Plain and simple, man. I did this. I talked to him this way. I was acting silly, had a bad attitude. I wouldn't dress appropriately. I was posting pictures I probably shouldn't have posted. And he got tired of it. He told me this multiple times. He reasoned with me. He sat down and explained things to me. And yet and still continued to do what I wanted to do. And so he left. We couldn't come to agreement, which really means I couldn't stop doing.
If a man suddenly stops chasing you, don't ignore it. That's not a game. That's not strategy. That's someone who got tired of giving more than he was receiving. He used to text first, call first, show up without being asked. But when effort isn't matched, it slowly turns into silence because no one wants to feel like they're forcing a connection. And the sad part is you don't notice it at first. You get used to him always being there until one day he stops. Not because he doesn't feel anymore, but because he finally respects himself enough to walk away from what feels one-sided.
What the fuck happened to basic human empathy? I finally seen a dude approach outside the bar club setting, and he asked for her number. She said, quote unquote, I can't believe you just asked that, and laughed, and everybody around her is laughing too, including my coworkers. She's not with anybody, so she came up with that thought on her own. And she thought it was funny that he approached her. Yeah, he looks objectively less attractive, but not by that much. I was pissed. I kept that to myself, but I was pissed because me personally, I don't see what is so funny.
acting out because she wants a commitment and you're not giving it to her fast enough. She's not acting out because she wants a ring. She's not acting out because she wants the wedding and the marriage. She's not acting at all. That's who she is, and it is who she will remain. Do not marry a woman who does not give you any peace in the house that you're expected to pay most of the bills in.
And what's funny is a lot of modern women, they like to do background checks on you, like you're the they're hiring you to be the next VP or the next CEO or something like that. What company did you leave? Let me, get some references. Let me talk to people that you worked with. Let me talk to your boss, right? and you sitting up there like, ma'am, this is Chipotle. We're just trying to get to know each other. This is Starbucks. I'm just trying to see if I like you. You trying to see if you like me. That's it. But they're going to the end, and I know they're pulling out. Well, you got to be safe. I got it. I understand it. But even at that angle, when a man says, okay, well, if you're wanting these things, you wanting to know these things about me, well, can I know these? And it'd be respectable things. What can I know about you? Can I know these things? These are things that I would want to know about a woman, and I would be curious to know about my next potential partner. But all of a sudden, those are inappropriate, and how dare you? Don't you have any manners? Chivalry is actually dead. I like a man that doesn't ask any questions. I like a man that doesn't, expect a woman to do anything. He just works. That's a real man. All of a sudden they pulling out the databases on what their grandfather did. Some of these women don't even know their grandfathers. Well, I heard stories. No. Your grandfather wasn't doing any of it. Matter of fact, and that's not to say that he wasn't a good man. It's just to say sometimes we be putting things out there that didn't actually happen. We would have wanted them to happen, and sometimes we're memorializing people as if they did something that they didn't actually do.
Then why are you offering? This is why so many men will be in relationships where they feel like they cannot take a woman for her word because she does stuff like this. This is why so many men feel like they're walking on eggshells throughout the entire relationship as well. Because they're just expected to read your mind 24/7. And do you know how exhausting that is? You often penalize men heavily. He expects anything out of relationships, but you can secretly have all these expectations and never bring it up to him? Okay.
Today at work, I watched as colleagues were sitting down to lunch together, and the young woman was trying to move one of the chairs. It was quite bulky, and she tried one way, then another, and then another to get closer to the table. And there was a guy sitting there eating his lunch, her colleague right next to her, and just didn't move a muscle, didn't help. So, chivalry, it's really up to the butch lesbians and the trans masks to resurrect it. I should add that she did eventually just move to another chair that was already closer to the table.
I just wanted to talk about this comment just for a moment because I resonate with it so much. There is this inner struggle with many women where on the outside they, or we, because I was one of them, want to be and assert our independence. We want to prove ourselves to the world that we can do everything that men can do, that we can keep up with the boys in the workplace, on the sporting field or wherever. But then there's this internal, real deep inner longing to be looked after like a princess in a way, to be cared for, protected, and provided for by a man. So when any man gets close to, wanting to give you that, the outer shell though comes down and it stops you as a woman from receiving what you actually want from the man because you have this hard protection, these walls of hardness around you preventing you from actually receiving what you want from a man. And it's such a battle. And, I've gone through a couple of years of really stripping back all of the layers to be able to receive and step into my feminine energy and be able to receive what I want deep down within, which is to be, loved, cared for, protected, provided for by a man.
A lot of these modern women like to comment on a man's masculinity. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. Well, I believe a man should be this, and this, right? But I think the problem is a lot of these modern women really don't have a concept of what a man is. You can have an opinion, but the unfortunate thing for a lot of these modern women is their opinion is wrong. Their opinion of what a man is and what a man should be is wrong. That's not actually how a man works. That's not actually how masculinity works. They don't know that. They're just talking about what they read in some book somewhere.
So what's your take?
Whenever a guy says, I would like to make love to you,
It's an ick.
it's such an ick.
100% agree.
Yeah, you don't get that that's an ick? Just the dry heave, the little dry heave that comes with it?
This could be multiple things.
There's a lot to unpack, but actually there isn't. It's just very simple. Don't say it.
Don't say love making.
Because my closes up.
Charlize Theron is 50. She's 50 years old, okay? She's 50 years old and she's talking like a college. Can we just say it? She's talking like a college. It's so startling. And I had this conversation about Chelsea Handler too. It's so startling to see these women talk like this in that age bracket.
An underrated green flag in a partner is that they pick up on little things. When you slightly say, oh, I love it when I get flowers on my birthday, and they actually do it. Or I love breakfast in bed on a Sunday, and they actually do it. People always drop little hints of what they want, and it takes someone who actually listens to the small things and takes register of them that they actually do that. And when you drop a little hint and the person actually listens and meets you there, that's love. You don't have to say, you have to do this. You say, oh, I love when I experience this. And they listen and they go, I can do that for her or him. That's a beautiful way of loving.
Women divorce men 70 to 80% of the time. I would argue in relationships it's probably similar. Men aren't leaving, women are. So to a guy's point of view, he's going to commit to this girl, and what does he get? He doesn't get purity anymore. He doesn't get youth anymore, so he doesn't get either of those things. A lot of times she already has a kid, so he's not fulfilling his mating strategy. On top of that, even if he does find a good woman that maybe has the qualities he's looking for, she was going to want him to marry her. And what does he get out of that? Oh, she can leave and take half and take my kid, and she's paid to take my kids away from me. She gets more money if she takes my children. And so from the men's point of view, they're just kind of like F it, because like women aren't wives nowadays. And what do they get out of it? But like men are logical. They're logical people, and so they're thinking, does the benefit outweigh the cost? And like, I just think as women we have to look at ourselves and say the benefits we bring nowadays don't outweigh the cost for most men.
And you see a lot of modern women who continue to complain about the algorithm. You know, they're hiding all of the good men. Where are the good men hiding? You know, I don't see any coworkers. I don't see any guys in the gym. I don't see any guys at church that would fit my criteria. Well, actually, honestly and truly, they be standing right there in front of you. They work right alongside you. But once again, modern women, they pretty much do this to all men. You're getting filtered through a lens of, okay, can he do 50% of what I need? Got it. The next phase is, can he do 70%? Then 80%. Then 90%, then 95, then 99%. If he can't do 99%, does he have something that I really, really want? If so, he doesn't have to do 99% of what I want because he looks really good. So most men are getting filtered through that system, which, fine, do your thing. But modern women, their threshold of good is like 95 to 99%. So the guys who have 80 to 85% of what they want, even the men who have 90% of what they want, are not getting chosen. And they're continuing to ask, where are all the good men right in front of you? You just aren't choosing an obviously good man.
It's only the beginning of the month, and I'm already quite sick of seeing these types of videos. And I have seen more than my fair share. And if I happen to be sick of seeing them, I can only imagine what all those men out there must be thinking at this point. I mean, their mental health is a joke to so many women. It is really quite disgusting because a lot of these same women want everyone to support them in their issues, but yet they don't have the slightest bit of empathy for anyone else. If they call themselves women, then I am ashamed to call myself one as well, because that is not the type of thing that a woman, let alone an adult, should be doing. And I don't want to hear a single thing about oppression from any of these women, because they've proven they're not oppressed.
You don't lose a good man in one mistake. You lose him in patterns, in the small disrespect, in the constant criticism, in the effort that slowly fades. A good man doesn't just wake up and stop caring, but over time he realizes something, that the peace he's looking for is no longer in that relationship.
And what's funny is that a lot of these modern women sit up and say, man, I cannot find a good man. And really what they mean to say is, I can't find a good man to approach me. I'm in the gym, I'm at church, I'm at work, and I see a whole host of guys that I would be interested in talking to. But they're not approaching me, man. They're not trying to talk to me. Where can I find a good-looking guy that's not afraid to come and approach me? I don't want to approach first. I feel like the man when I do. Newsflash. The men that you want don't want you. They've moved on to greener pastures. Well, they don't even know me. They don't have to. That's what men keep on saying. The way that you portray yourself online, a man is going to see that. You might be the sweetest person in the world, but if a man sees that online, he's going to be like, oh no, I don't think I want that. You're essentially like McDonald's. If McDonald's comes out with some chicken nuggets or something like that, and the chicken nuggets look appetizing, then people are going to come in and try the chicken nuggets. And over time, you might say, shoot, the chicken nuggets are nice. I think I might get something else on the menu. That's what men are saying about you. Oh man, she had a really nice personality. Think I want to see if she has anything else. So do you like sports? Not really. I used to golf in high school. Oh, okay. Me too. How many years did you golf? I started my sophomore year, and then, junior year, and then senior year kind of trailed off and started doing other things. Man, that's cool, man. Well, maybe you and I can, go play around one day. I haven't been in a while, but, I'd like that. Okay, so, well, let me tell you, let's go to a range first. Let's go to a driving range first. We do that. And then if you're comfortable, we're going to play around. Okay. And afterwards, maybe we can, get lunch. How does that sound to you? Oh, that sounds fantastic. And so he's planning around common interests. A lot of modern women nowadays, they're not receptive to a man's leadership. They're not receptive to a man's way of living, his lifestyle, the things that he might want to do. So a man's kind of like, if I have to run into this, if I have to be around this, if I have to deal with this, I'm probably not going to be approaching.
All right, gentlemen, pull your chair out. Ladies, stand at the front of it. Don't sit yet. Okay, so you see how she has to, right, you have to allow her to stand straight, okay? Gentlemen, push the chair in gracefully. I did this twice. Both hands on the sides, rise, and he pushes it in. Beautiful, good job, good job. Now, gentlemen, ladies, rise. He pulls, and you exit by saying what? Thank you. Good job. Woo! Give him a hand. Awesome.
What would you define toxic masculinity as?
Toxic masculinity is a term used by arseholes online, like really stupid, horrible people that don't understand and have failed to put in any effort understanding what we're talking about. Like, it means nothing to me. It's just a word to signify disapproval towards men that is affixed to so many different things. I've seen toxic masculinity blamed for men not recycling or eating too much meat or driving too big cars. I've seen it blamed for like knife crime. I've seen it blamed for Brexit. I've seen it blamed for Donald Trump's election. I've seen it blamed for I've seen it blamed for carbon emissions and CO2 and climate change. I've seen it blamed for literally everything. And it doesn't mean, it means nothing. Like, Carol Harrington is a researcher who studied this very thing. She found, I think, half of the papers that studied toxic masculinity didn't even define what it was. It doesn't mean anything. It's just there, and she said it to signal disapproval and basically to attach men or masculinity to as many bad things as possible to signal disapproval. Beyond that, it means nothing.
Calling you to say goodnight, bare minimum. Calling you pretty, bare minimum. Taking you on dates, bare minimum. Getting you flowers, bare minimum.
Not being ran through, bare minimum. Not having any children, bare minimum. Dating someone for who they are and not what they have, bare minimum. Not having your out everywhere on social media, bare minimum.
There's a lot of women that are saying, you know, they want the provider man, but they don't want to do anything. They don't want to cook, they don't want to clean. Girl, you're gonna have to do something. Like, you can't just sit at home and be a slob. That's not ladylike anyways. Girl, get up. Either go clock in on somebody's clock or clock in on them dishes. The choice is yours.
When you break up with your girl after 3 weeks not speaking till you break up with your girl, she's at the gym already with a whole other man. Are angry, are miserable.
People always seem surprised when the girl moves on quick. It's because fellas never knew. You just never knew. Stay woke in the streets like big brother.
Guys, it's dangerous out there. You see, most of these ladies you are dating, they are dating more than 2-3 boyfriends. You are not the only one. Always protect yourself. Don't feel too comfortable. Don't think because you've been dating this person for more than a year, so you let go of your guards and not protect yourself.
Guys, I want to know when men stopped offering to carry women's suitcases. What the actual heck? I was on the tube the other day with 2 suitcases and a handbag. Not one man offered to carry my suitcase. Not even one of my suitcases. I was at London Bridge, up and down those stairs. I was like, I'm struggling out here. I'm just a girl. When did this stop being a thing? When did we decide that chivalry isn't worth partaking in? I really want to bring it back. How can we bring it back?
I will ask my man for permission before I do anything. And people will say stuff like, oh, you gotta ask him for everything? Yes. Babe, can I buy this? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I go there? If the answer is yes, then yes. If the answer is no, is no. And that's a big problem we have nowadays, because a lot of women don't listen to their men. And that's a respect thing. I'm not telling you to listen to a man that disrespect you and treat you like you ain't worth nothing. I'm talking about a man that values you and cares about you. And you know why we should listen to them? Because women, we're emotional creatures. So sometimes we'll take some decisions and we'll do some silly things without thinking, because we just wired emotionally. So that's why it's good to have a man that cares about you, values you, and respects you. And then you ask him, what do you think about this? Should I do this? Should I do that? And the moment he says no, don't become all like, oh, why you gotta say no? Think about it. Why did he say no? Because this man cares about me, right? He values you. He's a good man. So why wouldn't you listen to his judgment? Listen to your man. If we are dating with the intention of getting married. And trust me when I tell you, I know exactly what the man that's looking for a wife behaves like. And that because I have 3 brothers. And you might be thinking, 3 brothers. My brothers, they're not only strong physically, but they're very strong mentally. So you take my values and my character and times that by 10,000. So when I date someone with the intention of getting married, that man needs to at least be on my brother's level or better. But better is kind of hard, to be honest. I can't lie to you, because my brother's already up the standards like really high. And I say that because I see their wives and how happy they are. I see the life they live. I see how they respect them because they care about the family and they look after them. So now you're telling me, why am I single? I'm single by choice because I cannot date a man that show me less than what my brothers do. I can't. I might go on a date, yeah. But that doesn't mean I'm going to marry the guy.
I will get to know him. And then after I'll be like, nah, that's not for me.
Mind the power bank smash.
Okay, so everyone in the comments is mad at this man, but I've watched this like 5 times and I still don't see what he did wrong. So let's watch it back in slow-mo while I read some of the comments. He pushed her. May this love never find me. What? He was literally grabbing her by the shoulders to try to stabilize her. He never pushed her. Run away, girl. What makes you think that she can run away from a man? She can't even outrun the tiniest current of water. Genuinely, what was he supposed to do? Make the water freeze? I genuinely don't even know what everyone is freaking out about. Are they not both to blame? Like, did they not both go right up to the tip of the beach holding power banks and purses fully clothed? What is this, their first experience with planet Earth? Is this their first time seeing an ocean? And even if it is your first experience with an ocean, I'm sorry, common sense? Hello? Like, I'm not gonna drag the man here. I'm dragging everyone, which is easy to do apparently. The tiniest little wave in the world could do. This is dumb and dumber, and dumbest being the entire comment section. This couple, 0. Another point to Darwinism.
Did you guys know that 44% of Gen Z men have never approached a woman in public? Which is crazy, but also makes sense if you haven't been living under a rock. So if you're a man, a Gen Z, or whoever, and you don't know how to approach a woman in public, this is for you. Don't know why it gets so complicated so quick, guys. Just keep it simple. It doesn't even have to be like this special thing unless you have like a genuine compliment you want to give her. If it doesn't seem like she's doing something like crazy important, just go up to her and be like, hey, my name is blah, blah, blah. I saw you. I think you're beautiful and I would love to get to know you more, or here's my number. She's immediately like standoffish, rude, or says she has a boyfriend, just say, hey, you know what? I'm sorry for interrupting you. I hope you have a great. And guess what? If a woman is mean to you right off the bat, when you give her a genuine compliment, you don't want to be with her anyways. And 2, I think the key in all this is we are going to be pretty guarded from the get-go, though, to try to suss out the situation. But you can like read her and see that she has a positive response. I think you have the green light. And like the key in all of it is keep the convo super short, especially if she's with other people. And then like don't linger, because then that's just like creepy. That's creepy if anyone lingers. If a girl is lingering by you and you're like, why are you in my space? I don't know what it is, but recently I've kind of just had this like mindset with like dating and meeting people. I mean, that's why I'm on dating apps like Cuffed and meeting new people, because it's just fun. A lot of people have a lot of opinions about this topic, but this is just mine. So yeah.
Signs you are in a healthy relationship, and most of them feel simple but powerful in everyday moments. 1, you feel calm more than anxious. The relationship brings peace instead of constant stress. You are not overthinking every message or wondering where you stand all the time. 2, communication feels safe. You can speak honestly without fear of being attacked or dismissed. Even during disagreements, both of you try to understand instead of just trying to win. 3, effort is consistent on both sides. Not perfect, but steady and reliable over time. You do not feel like you are the only one trying to keep the relationship together. 4, you feel respected. Your opinions, time, and boundaries are taken seriously. There is no need to shrink yourself just to keep the peace between you both. 5, you can be yourself fully without pretending or hiding parts of who you are. You feel accepted for who you are, not pressured to constantly change to be loved. 6, problems get solved, not ignored. Both of you are willing to fix things together. Issues do not pile up because you both address them before they grow bigger. 7, there is trust. You do not feel the need to check, control, or doubt constantly. Trust shows in actions, not just words, and it stays even when you are apart. In the end, a healthy relationship feels stable, supportive, and real, not confusing or draining.
We really have a whole era of men that don't want to protect and provide. These men want women to go to work, come home, cook, clean up, tend to the kids, and pay half the bills while they just go to work and come home. As a man, you should be pouring into your woman, but instead you got her running on empty. A woman was never built to handle all those responsibilities, and a real man would never put her in a position to do so. He would take a lot of that weight off her shoulders, especially financially. He wants to protect you in all aspects of your life because he knows how powerful a woman is when she's not forced to be in her masculine energy. A real man makes a woman's life easier so that she can flourish and be that loving, caring, nurturing queen that she is.
And really, I think in a lot of these situations, what it comes down to is modern women want something, but then they want to modify that something, right? And so you have men that'll be men. They're actually masculine. I'll pay the bill. I'll pay the bills. I'll, initiate plans and open doors and all that stuff. But then when I do that and I don't do it to your liking, then you call me controlling. Right? If I'm leading the house and I'm leading the charge and I'm making a decision, because this is what modern women like to do. They like to spend all day making a decision. It's not like we hadn't discussed it. We didn't spend all day talking about this type of stuff. But you just, give me a couple more days to think about it. Give you a couple more days. I really think I need a week. Give a couple weeks. By that time, the opportunity is gone. Well, that's just not what God had for us. No, it was. But you just wanted to do things on your timeline. And after 4 or 5 of those things, because modern women will do that, they'll control the relationship with their indecisiveness. And then when you start to move on and do your thing, it's just something about him. He just moving when he shouldn't. And let me tell you something, ladies. When a man wants to move too fast, that's of the devil. No, it's not. The devil ain't got nothing to do with that. That's your indecisiveness. You're slothful. You're lazy. You can't make up your mind. Analysis, paralysis, whatever you want to call it. But you need to, it's not even therapy. You need to learn, start making some decisions and sticking with it. See, what happens is modern women get out here and they don't like consequences. They want everything to go smoothly. And what I'm really trying to get you to do, sir, is I'm trying to get you, if we go with this decision, you take the blame. You make it right. I want to guarantee that everything is going to work out 100%. And if it don't, you take it on the chin. Every single thing. And that's why modern women get out here and they be talking about, if he take you out and he don't like you, then get some property out of him. Make sure he gives you that bag, or make sure he gets you some property, or make sure he gets you a car. Do you know what you're asking, silly? You're asking a man for, you just spent 5 minutes with the man. You're asking a man for a whole property, a whole house. Are you slow? Are you slow? Are you okay, ma'am? But this is what these modern women are doing today. A man go out there, take care of his responsibilities, doing what he's supposed to be doing, and can't get the woman to move. Can't get the woman to move. I want a man to do this, and a man do all of it. I just really ain't sold. We really need to go. Don't rush me. You trying to love bomb me. That don't even fit right here. See, you always trying to play on my words. Girl, go back to therapy. You're a psychopath.